All right, so if you've been using ChatGPT for a while, I bet you've felt it. That little nagging feeling that you're just scratching the surface of what this thing can actually do. Well, today, we're not just going to explore that feeling. We are going to give you a whole new strategy to completely reframe it.
Does that sound familiar? Yeah, that feeling is incredibly common and for a really good reason. But here's the thing. It's not about some secret feature you missed or a prompt you didn't learn. It's about the fundamental way we've all been taught to use this tool. You haven't missed anything. You've just been playing on level 1.
And this right here is the crucial shift. See, most of us use ChatGPT like a talking book. You ask for information, it gives you an answer. Simple. But its real power is to act as a thinking operating system, a second brain that helps you not just know more, but actually think better.
So this really brings us to the central question for today. Ask yourself this. Are you using this powerful AI just to get answers, or are you using it to elevate your entire thinking process? The difference isn't just a small improvement. It's a genuine, massive, strategic advantage. Now, don't get me wrong. That talking book stage is useful. Of course it is. You can learn about history, get a recipe, debug a piece of code. It gives you knowledge. But knowledge alone doesn't create leverage. It doesn't help you make better decisions when you're under pressure or see the hidden dynamics in a tough situation.
The real shift, the game changer, happens when you stop seeing it as just a source of truth and start using it as a true thinking partner. Just imagine having a relentless, totally unbiased collaborator that can challenge your assumptions, pinpoint your blind spots, and stress test your plans before you pay the price in the real world. That's where the magic really begins.
So how do we actually make this shift happen? Well, you can think of it like moving through 6 distinct layers of mastery. Now, most people never get past the first 2, but the real transformation, that thing you've been feeling you missed, it all starts at layer 3. So let's break them down.
Here they are. Layer 1, lookup. That's just a smarter Google. We all do that. Layer 2, awareness, is where you start connecting different ideas, economics, psychology, power dynamics. But layer 3, self-critique, that's where the whole game changes. This is where you actively invite it to find the flaws in your own thinking. From there, you unlock simulation, system design, and ultimately, true leverage.
We can call layer 3 the uncomfortable mirror. And it's uncomfortable because, let's be honest, we are wired to avoid criticism. But the single biggest advantage you can get is to actively seek it out, to ask a completely objective partner, hey, what am I not seeing? Where's my ego or my bias getting in the way here?
Once you're open to that critique, you unlock layer 4 and can use the AI as a life simulator. This is amazing. You can rehearse that difficult conversation with your boss. You can simulate the outcomes of a risky investment. You get to learn from mistakes you haven't even made yet, paying the price in thought instead of in your time, your money, or your relationship.
And this leads to the ultimate goal, using this tool to build your own personal operating system. You stop asking for one-off solutions and you start designing a better version of yourself. You use the AI to build a set of core principles and decision-making models so that you consistently make better choices, especially when you're under all that pressure.
So this all sounds great in theory, but how do you actually do it? How do you put these layers into practice? Well, the most tactical tool you can build is something we're going to call a cold frame. It's a system you can start using right away.
So what is it? Your cold frame is a set of brutally logical questions that you force yourself to answer with the help of your AI partner. It's designed specifically to override your emotional brain, the part that gets defensive, avoids conflict, and just seeks comfort. This is the engine of your new thinking operating system. So what does a cold frame actually look like? Well, it's a set of prompts that force you to confront some pretty uncomfortable truths. We're talking questions like, what is my true unstated intention here? Or reveal my biggest blind spot in this analysis. These are not easy questions. They're designed to cut right through your self-deception and get to the core of a problem.
Now you might be thinking, why go through all this trouble? Why invite this kind of uncomfortable self-reflection? Because the true advantage here isn't about being more productive today. It's about playing a much longer game. The real goal is to compound better decisions over the next decade. This is not about writing emails faster. It's about making fewer critical, unforced errors in your career, in your finances, and in your relationships over the next 10 years. That is where the life-changing advantage really is. And this quote just gets to the heart of it. The ultimate goal of an AI thinking partner isn't to make you feel like a genius. It's to help you be less foolish when it really counts. When emotions are high, the stakes are big, and your biases are just screaming for your attention. So ultimately, by moving beyond that first layer and building your own cold frame, you transform ChatGPT from just a source of answers into a powerful, personalized system for avoiding your own worst enemy, yourself. It becomes a tool to prevent self-sabotage.
And that leaves us with one final thought. Forget about what you can ask it for. Think about what you need to ask yourself. What is the one hard, uncomfortable question that your new second brain needs to help you answer right now?